Hello and welcome to another edition of Kaleidoscope on Channels Television. On the program today, we speak with the Managing Director and CEO of Guinness Nigeria Plc, Baker Magunda, on the sustainability strategies of the organization. Also, a chat with the General Manager, Public and Government Affairs of Exxon Mobil, Miguel Kukigam, reveals efforts made by the oil and gas company to develop various sectors in Nigeria. Once again, welcome to the program. I'm Anne Nwawadu. Guinness Nigeria Plc is a leading producer of alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages in Nigeria. The company's products are sold through over 130 major distributors spread across Nigeria and in the United Kingdom. Let's find out more about their history. Guinness Nigeria Plc is a subsidiary of Diageo Plc of the United Kingdom, and it was established in 1950 as a trading company importing Guinness Stout from Dublin. In 1962, it was incorporated with the building of a brewery in Ikeja, Lagos, which became the first Guinness operation outside the United Kingdom. 3 years later, in 1965, Guinness Nigeria was listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. In 1974, the company built a second brewery in Benin City, the Edo State capital, where it produced the Harp Lager beer. In 1982, a fourth Guinness brewery was built in Ogba, Lagos. In 2011, the Benin and Ogba breweries were expanded to further increase capacity and meet the growing demand for Guinness Nigeria products. The company is engaged in brewing, packaging, marketing and selling of the various products. Guinness Nigeria Plc is the only total beverage alcohol company in Nigeria with a wide portfolio of brands catering to non-alcohol and alcohol drinkers with non-alcoholic beverages, spirits, lager and beers. Some of its well-known and well-respected brands include Malta Guinness, Origin Zero, Dubic Malt, Guinness Foreign Extra Stout. Guinness Nigeria Plc delivers on its sustainability and responsibility commitments, which are focused on various areas to achieve overall success. My chat with the MD CEO of Guinness Nigeria Plc, Baker Magunda, began with the various initiatives that help implement programs.
We've got an agenda through which we run the programs that we run in the country. They're basically, broken down into 3 pillars. But all of them are intended to support environment, support diversity, which we shall talk about later, and of course, alcohol in society. We always want to lead the conversation around the role of alcohol in society. Those really are the 3 big things that drive this.
Now, 2 of the SDGs speak about diversity, and that's gender diversity and reduce inequalities. Tell us how Guinness Nigeria implements initiatives in these areas.
Yeah, it's a great question. There's enough evidence that organizations that promote diversity and inclusion tend to do better. For us at Guinness Nigeria, as you might have seen, we've got possibly the best balanced board of directors in Nigeria. We've got about 40% of our board is made up of female and the balance are male. My leadership organization at Guinness Nigeria is 50-50, 50 male and 50 female. But we also have got a program across the organization where females come together and talk about everything. But diversity for us is just not about gender. We've got also a promotion of divergent views. Ethnicity is still a low spoken about fact in Nigeria, but it still exists. So in all the decisions we make, we need to make sure that we continue balancing people with divergent views on things in society. So we started a program where we are testing it in a few states to enable females to come into organized businesses through some of the non-alcoholic brands that we have.
So the organization has worked with various farmers, thousands of them, and even empowered many of them. What exactly are these projects that you do for these farmers, and how much have they benefited from your several initiatives?
So I think your question on the project we've been doing with farmers is one of the most exciting things that bring us to work every day. Yes, you're right. We've been working with thousands of farmers across the country who we call small-scale farmers. To achieve a couple of things. One is we want to move these farmers from being small-scale subsistence farmers into proper commercialization. And to do that, we've supported them with a range of initiatives, everything from inputs, extension services, enabling them to access funding, insurance. What that does, and of course, we provide them with a stable market, which we negotiate once a year, and they are confident that everything they grow we shall buy at a good price. So far, we've turned over almost 27,000 small-scale farmers into the project that we're doing across the country. A year or two ago, we launched something we call, Growing Together. What that does is it has pushed us to buy almost everything we now use in our production process to be bought locally from Nigeria.
Let's talk about the health sector now. You seem to take eye care very seriously. Tell us why.
We wanted to intervene and do something about it in Nigeria. So that's the reason we invested in the two projects, one in Lagos and the other in Onitsha, which has been around for a very, very long time. But we've been working with other NGOs as well to ensure that we help eye correction to those who cannot afford this service. COVID-19 also gave us an opportunity to contribute in a different way. When the crisis broke, so we turned over our investment budget and some of the investment platforms that we use to advertise the brands in supporting the CDC to pass out the message. We worked with NGOs that were sending palliatives to communities that were most impacted. We've so far given out about 100 million naira worth of food. Some of these communities, people are struggling because they've been out of jobs, they've been at home, so they still need help. We also looked at those people who sell the final bottle to the consumers, the bartenders. They tend to be forgotten in all of these conversations. So when the bars close, the restaurants close, these young men and women went home and they have families to feed as well. So we thought, how do we help? And we started a program which we call Raise the Bar, in which we asked all consumers, just tell us the bartender who you would like to send help to, and we will do this. So we had a very quick response in millions of votes, and we had care packages that we were sending out to bartenders who had been nominated by their own consumers.
From undergraduate scholarship schemes to helping people with technical skills, tell us how much investment you have made in this area.
So on education, as you know, education is a very important enabler for people to fulfill their full potential. And in Nigeria, we need it, continuing to scale our people, especially in sciences and technology. Across the country, other than the universities with whom we've been working on some of these programs, we've also been, twinning up with some of the federal agencies across the country, like IIT, to ensure that, we participate in tooling up people through intense training that young people need to prepare themselves for a very competitive workspace, as you know. Yeah.
Now, for some organizations, reducing the environmental footprint is a huge challenge. For some, they don't even care if they pollute the environment or not. Tell us what Guinness Nigeria is doing to ensure the environment is safe for your consumers and even for your host communities.
Our mother company announced $120 million investment across Africa for renewable energy. And Nigeria is one of the beneficiaries of those. As we speak this morning, the new equipment is actually going in to move away from what we call dirty energy sources to clean energy. The second thing we're doing as well is ensure that the impact of our packaging does not harm the environment. So at the moment, we've started by cleaning up, packaging like PET, and we've teamed up with other producers, who do that. There is a big push at the moment in recycling water. In the brewery in Lagos, the water we put back in the environment is cleaner than the water we get out. So we're really, really proud about that. But also, 83% of all the water we use in our production process in Lagos and Benin is recycled, for cleaning the floors, cleaning the machines. So we don't waste water, and we have very, very strict measures that we follow on how many liters of water we use to produce a liter of beer. So that's on what we do internally. But we are also investing in some of the communities that, are really stressed of water, to ensure that, we help to protect the environment, to make sure that there's continued, access to clean water for some of those, communities. The final thing I would say is that, which I'm very proud about, is that you might have seen, John Walker is one of our global brands, and is the first global brand to announce that, we're going to be launching John Walker bottle, which is made out of paper. It's one of those things we're doing to move some of our key brands into recyclable and reusable packaging as well. And soon we will be launching a John Walker whose bottle you will not tell, but it's made out of paper. So we are really making some, progress. Each one of us at home start by doing the right thing, separate the rubbish. That all alone helps those people who are driving, recycling and cleaning our environment. I think the final point in this is carbon footprint. It's something, again, we measure. How much carbon are we putting out in the air?
So you have various campaigns targeted at telling people how to drink responsibly. How much has this done in terms of impacting the lives of people that you hope to target?
Responsible drinking is one of our big campaigns. We've got a lot of stuff we've been doing. I think the first one, which has been around for a long time, is the partnership with the Federal Road Safety Authority. We've been working with them to drive a campaign to teach people that drinking and driving do not mix, especially the commercial drivers. And through that program, we've touched thousands of drivers. We also put money into putting out awareness billboards and all. The production that you see on all our labels, we also, amplify the fact that, excessive consumption is not good for your health. We have a program, which again, a very exciting program, where we are targeting underage use of alcohol. And this program, we started by testing it in Lagos, where we are targeting young people between 13 and 18 and talking to them about the harm of underage use of alcohol. And the final thing we do as well, we've got a portal, which is an online, an online portal for learning, which we call Drink IQ, and it's both for our internal audience, for all our partners, anybody who would like to learn how to use alcohol responsibly. And then there's a final project we're doing, the retailers as well, and we are testing it in 500 outlets at the moment, before COVID came in, to partner with the retailers to say, as a responsible retailer, you should know when somebody has had enough, and you should be able to say to him, I cannot serve you anymore.
You assumed this position in 2018. Before then, you had held several positions in other African countries. Tell me, has it been different working in Nigeria?
It is very different and exciting. It's the only country I've worked in twice. I've worked in Nigeria before, at Guinness Nigeria, in the early 2000s, in the marketing department. So clearly, I made a point of go away, prepare yourself, and come back as the MD. So I feel excited that I've been given an opportunity to come back and continue leading this organization. I've got a group of very, very professional teammates on our team. We're trying to create a new culture around here. So we are in the midst of change, calling each other by first name, pushing the whole agenda I spoke to on diversity and inclusion. Encouraging young people to compete for senior jobs. We have a very young team at the moment. And of course, helping everything we can do to give voice to legislation in areas that we think we've got the expertise to do so. So I feel privileged. I'm excited to be here. And I hope the owners of the business will find me doing a good job and, let me stay around for much longer. So thanks for asking the question.
So talking about business now, how do you hope to continue impacting more lives as you do business in Nigeria and around the globe?
We have to continue, delivering results that make stakeholders happy to leave their investment in this business. We've got a lot of, almost 28,000 people who are invested in Guinness Nigeria shares. That is really, really important. It's what gives us the license to continue doing what we're doing. I think the second thing which I committed to the organization when this whole crisis started is that together we will make sure that none of us lose their jobs because of this crisis. And so far we've been good on that promise. We're also contributing in a small way in exporting some of the products that we make to the US, to Canada, to Britain. What that does is in a small way contributing to forex revenue for the country. I think the final thing is in the area of governance. We are very proud that possibly we are unmatched in the standards to which we hold ourselves on governance, accountability, and reporting. So it's that has made us possibly the longest surviving business on the Nigeria Stock Exchange. We went on the stock exchange in 1965. We've never left. We've been there since.
When we return in a moment, we'll take a look at one of the leading oil and gas companies operating in Nigeria, talking about Exxon Mobil. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're still watching Kaleidoscope on Channels Television. Exxon Mobil is one of the world's largest publicly traded international oil and gas companies. With upstream affiliates operating in Nigeria, it is involved in exploration and production of crude oil and natural gas, and of course operates several joint venture concessions and deep water production. It began with the formation of the Standard Oil Trust in 1882, and on November 30th, 1999, Exxon and Mobil joined forces to form Exxon Mobil Corporation to enhance its ability to be an effective global competitor. Over the course of its long history of more than a century, Exxon Mobil has evolved from a regional marketer of kerosene to an advanced energy and chemical innovator and one of the largest publicly traded companies in the world. It operates facilities and markets products in many countries around the world, explore for oil and natural gas on 6 continents using their familiar brand names Exxon, Esso, and Mobil. Exxon Mobil upstream affiliates in Nigeria operate several joint venture concessions and deep water production, sharing contracts which currently focus on major secondary oil recovery projects, natural gas liquids, and gas monetization, and significant investment in national content development. The Exxon Mobil upstream affiliates operating in Nigeria are Mobil Producing Nigeria Unlimited, Esso Exploration and Production Nigeria Limited, and Esso Exploration and Production Nigeria Offshore East Limited. The companies have notable history, proven experience, and a strong record of contributions to Nigeria's development. So how does Exxon Mobil ensure success is achieved through the various pillars that help drive the organization?
The Exxon Mobil affiliates in Nigeria, they're upstream companies. There are 3 companies. One is a joint venture, and the other 2 are production sharing contract companies. We have Mobil Producing Nigeria, the joint venture, and then you have Esso Exploration and Production Nigeria Limited and Esso Exploration Production Offshore East Limited. And all of them contribute quite significantly to the country. In terms of corporate social responsibility, the key focus areas for the companies are in health, in education, in economic empowerment, in women empowerment and entrepreneurship, as well as sports. And those areas we've done things in the last 50 years we've been in this country.
Your contribution towards improving the education sector in Nigeria is over 23 billion naira, from unique university programs to scholarships. How happy are you with what you have achieved so far?
Yeah, we're quite pleased, and it's something we will continue to sustain because, if you don't have a strong education base, then your national development is hampered. And so the scholarship programs we've done over 8,000 beneficiaries, both in the secondary school space and in the university space. And we've tried to make sure that we make it as broad as possible to develop the STEM sector of the economy. We've also done things that upgrade and facilitate better teaching in universities for geology-related areas. So we have 2 programs in that area, the University Partnering Program and the University Assistance Program. And those are used to really upgrade geology, field trips, mapping and all that. So there's a lot we've done in that area. And one of the key things we've done, because if you don't have a good feeder system, then you don't really have a good educational system. In Akwa Ibom, we've done something where we've taken secondary school, done a scholarship for indigent students who can't afford to go to school, and put them in private boarding schools, and they have excelled and really flourished. And when you can get it right at that level, then you have a feeder system that really feeds into the national development. And so we're really pleased at what we've done in that area.
Health seems to be one area you pay lots of attention to in your social investment initiatives, from malaria to other health outreaches that you have been able to carry out. Share with us some of those stories.
Indeed, malaria is one area we've really focused on because so many people die from malaria. It's underreported because it seems to be something we're used to. But you find that a lot of pregnant women and children under 5 are really vulnerable to malaria, and many die every year. So it's one area we've focused on in communities, especially in the riverine and hinterland communities where they don't have enough healthcare, to make sure that they have access to malaria treatment insecticide-treated nets, and the ability to be able to be treated when there's an issue. Diagnostics, we've invested a lot in that area. So a lot of, over 163 communities across the country have benefited. We've made sure that over 48,000 pregnant women are stable and have delivered without issues, and it's something we continue to do. Outside of malaria, we've done a number of things in HIV. We've supported HIV, and we've done maternal referral centers. Again, the mortality rate where children are concerned, where women don't have access to good health care in their delivery state, can be very destabilizing. So we've also focused in that area. And in recent times, in the COVID space, we've really done a lot. Apart from, we've provided test kits to some states and to ensure that testing has been sustained and able to detect. We've also invested in hospital equipment to also help support them, ambulances, and a number of initiatives to just make sure that we can all together keep the numbers down.
Most of your socioeconomic empowerment programs are focused on women. What do you hope to achieve with this? Population-wise, you find there are most times more women in any environment. So if you can harness that energy, your development is assured. And so a few of the things we've done, we have a Global Women in Management program, and We Connect. Those focus on women entrepreneurs. So you have management capability being imparted to them. The We Connect has to do with things in the procurement space, that they could be vendors to companies, and connects them with multinationals so that they understand the ways that their procurement processes work. So it's kind of giving them capacity and helping them understand the ways to do and the things they need to do. So the Solar Sisters program, what we've done with that is for people who have been displaced, IDPs, they can't farm, they can't do anything, and they're just stuck in wherever they are. And what we've done is we provide an alliance that gives them access to solar-powered appliances that they can sell to people who need them, especially in rural areas where there's no electricity. And so they become distributors, and they can build a market, and they begin to sustain themselves. And in that program, we've done a pilot in Bauchi where we have over 200 women who have benefited from it. Exxon Mobil had several initiatives targeted at developing the sports sector in Nigeria, and several of those initiatives have produced high-profile athletes. Share with us some of those success stories.
One of them straight away is what we used to call the Mobile Track and Field. We ran it for 21 years, and it was the premier event that was used to select athletes for international sporting events, the Olympics, the International Athletics Championships. And so every many athletes were discovered in that space and were developed and went on to become international athletes. And another one we did was in Akwa Ibom. We did a secondary school athletics championship for about 14 years. And through that process, if a number of athletes came up and have gone on to run internationally too. And that helped the state build a budding talent pool of athletes.
Are there programs targeted at developing communities in the Niger Delta region?
We've done maternal referral centers, and we have one in Bayelsa. And these are centers that are targeted at high-risk pregnancies. The undergraduate scholarships, 50% are devoted to people from that area. So we have operations in Akwa Ibom and in Rivers. There was a program we ran in Akwa Ibom, a graduate assistance program. It was a lot of people, they graduate and don't find work. So that program was, you ran them through that program for like 3 to 6 months, and you gave them competence in the area of computer-based usage. You also gave them empowerment in the area of being able to run businesses. So whether they got jobs or they ran businesses, and we had a high conversion rate. People who didn't have jobs for years found businesses they could run and started employing people.
And tell us how Exxon Mobil has contributed to the Nigerian economy.
Apart from providing very significant levels of crude production, we've been able to contribute in terms of revenue in the last 10 years at least $130 billion. And that has come from taxes, from royalties, and our joint venture partner, NNPC, their share of profit. And that has been significant in the revenue profile of the country. Outside of that, we've also, in the NDDC, Niger Delta Development Commission, the levy, since inception in 2001, all the 3 companies have put up at least 67 billion naira across, because every oil company, 3% of your budget every year goes to the NDDC, and that's what we've done.
What has your experience been working with Exxon Mobil, and do you think things should be done differently in terms of business? Are you enjoying working with Exxon Mobil?
Yeah, I definitely am enjoying working with Exxon Mobil. Next week will be my 11th anniversary in the company, and it's been a really productive and rewarding experience. Sometimes you just get into a job and all you do is a job. But sometimes you get to, and in the space we work in, dealing with people and communities and seeing the impact you can make with just a little can be very, very rewarding. I remember a couple of instances when I worked in Abuja, and we just overhauled a school, the science lab. And that simple thing that you spent maybe 2-3 million on, that didn't seem like a lot, it's like a drop in the ocean, but you found that that school was able to be a center for all the neighboring schools when it came to WAEC, JAM, and the old students of the school were really so proud of what was done, and you didn't think it was major. When you can impact lives that way, you begin to understand that there's a lot more to life than just a job. And Exxon Mobil has given me that opportunity to be in that space, and I hope to continue to do that. In terms of what can be done better, I mean, we all live in a time that is unprecedented. So talking about doing better, just adapting to the situation you find is more than enough. And one of the things I found is the company is very resilient and able to adapt to any situation, and it's taught us a lot in our own personal lives.
Exxon Mobil has invested a lot in these various sectors we've talked about. What are your plans going forward?
For us to have come this far, we've had a very good relationship with our joint venture partners, the NNPC, and we're really grateful for the synergy and the partnership. On a going forward basis, we're committed to ensuring that our oil production is seamless, cost-effective, and continues to bring the benefit to the country. It's our mainstay in the nation, and it's something we want to make sure we run efficiently so that the revenues are sustained. And we want to also continue to support the governments and communities in the areas where we operate. Because if you say charity begins at home, if you don't ensure that those areas are well developed, it becomes difficult. We want to touch as many lives as we can from our operations in the things we do, and that's our commitment.
And that's the program today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, connect with us via social media handles running on your screen. I'll see you again next time. I'm Anne Nwawadu. Thanks for watching.